Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. These are the words of George Bernard Shaw. I'm Dr. Kawuma, and it is a great honor to make a few remarks about a masterful piece of writing by Chirunda Emmanuel, a fellow Ugandan, a fellow United World College alum, and a fellow schoolmate at King's College, Buda. That progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. The outstanding writings by Chirunda Emmanuel embody the wisdom behind George Bernard Shaw's words, that as we embark on a journey towards bringing meaningful change to Uganda, to Africa, and the rest of the developing nations, we need to start by reprogramming the mindset of our societies. After unlocking the minds, it is important that we follow up and design a framework and social infrastructure from which the liberated minds can prosper. The blueprint from which the liberated minds can climb the ladder of progress and prosperity without hesitation or falling off. Chirunda's first book, The Fourth Heritage, offers a paradigm shift by deconstructing the barrier of a stagnant mindset in our society. A mindset of cultural confusion with competing and conflicting ideologies, and introduces new mental models. I strongly recommend reading The Fourth Heritage to fully grasp and appreciate the concepts introduced in the Fourth Republic. The Fourth Republic, Chirunda's second book, tackles the second barrier, which is the inefficient institutional and structural setup. A setup that does not address the realities of our diverse society to fully exploit the creative energy and potential of the people. Uganda has been stuck in a cycle of political and social turmoil like many other African nations in the post-colonial era. The leadership establishment has failed to free our society from the heavy burden of cultural, tribal, and religious complexities. The Fourth Republic by Chirunda stands out as one of the most original works rendered towards lifting the weight of tribalism and the growing burden of groupthink off the shoulders of a static and stagnant society. Questions have lingered for generations, and the lack of solutions has been manifested by the political and social chaos in Uganda. How can we overcome our ethnic and tribal differences and coexist as a nation? How can we harness the similarities among our cultures and tribal origins? How can we emerge from the shadows of our colonial masters and redefine our identity? How can we instill the virtues of knowledge and information in our society? How can we integrate our tribal heritage and modern systems of governance into a cohesive, functional nation-state? How can we clip the wings of tribalism and groupthink to liberate our minds? These are the provocative questions that Chirunda probes in the Fourth Republic. He brilliantly answers these questions and offers a sweeping viewpoint by creating a well-thought-out chosen nation. The Fourth Republic is an extraordinary book with a detailed roadmap that, if followed and implemented, can procure Ugandans with a more effective system of governance. The propositions offer each Ugandan citizen the choice of dream. This dream has a foundation rooted in clearing the path for prosperity for each individual, shaped by the promises of their imagination. The choice of dream promises to liberate Ugandans from the shackles of tribalism, from the shackles of poverty, from ignorance, religious divisiveness, and cultural conflict. My hope is for this message to reach and stay with every Ugandan and every African, particularly those leading or aspiring to lead our nations in the coming years, long after the last page of this book is turned. That progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything.